Let's talk about all the gay actors from Hollywood's golden age and the causes of their deaths. Their life stories are remarkable, and you may be surprised to learn that some of your favorite actors were actually gay. Ernest Thesiger. Ernest Thesiger was an unforgettable presence in both British theater and Hollywood, best remembered for his eerie performances in The Bride of Frankenstein and The Old Dark House. Born in 1879, he built his early career on the stage, but his delightfully theatrical, over-the-top film roles secured his place in cinematic history. A familiar face in gay social circles of his time, Thesiger kept his personal life mostly under wrap. He passed away in 1961 at 82 from natural causes. Edward Everett Horton. Edward Everett Horton became a Hollywood favorite in the 1930s, stealing scenes with his signature nervous, bewildered charm. With a staggering 120-plus film credits, he was a true industry staple, lighting up classics like The Front Page and Here Comes Mr. Jordan. A well-known presence in New York's gay social circles, Horton kept much of his private life discreet. He passed away in 1956 at the age of 70 from natural causes. Monty Woolley. Monty Woolley was a powerhouse in both theater and film, celebrated for his razor-sharp wit and flawless comedic timing. His Broadway triumphs included The Man Who Came to Dinner, a hit so big it was later turned into a movie. Clifton Webb. Clifton Webb carved out a niche in Hollywood with his signature roles, refined, sharp-tongued, and a little pompous, like the unforgettable Mr. Belvedere. Known for his impeccable elegance and sophistication, he was a true perfectionist on and off the screen. His relationship with his domineering mother was unusually close, sparking whispers of something deeper. As a member of the LGBTQ+ community, Webb lived life on his own terms. He passed away in 1966 at 77 after suffering a heart attack. Ivor Novello, the brilliant Welsh musician and actor, mesmerized audiences with his swoon-worthy ballads. He penned unforgettable hits like Keep the Home Fires Burning and starred in classics such as The Rat and The Lodger. His long-standing romance with actor Bobby Andrews was well known, and he was a cherished figure in gay social circles. Tragically, Novello's life was cut short by a heart attack in 1951 at just 58. Ramon Novarro. Ramon Novarro, the dashing silent film star of Ben-Hur and The Pagan, was one of Hollywood's most adored leading men. A Mexican immigrant, he captivated audiences with his charm and striking looks, securing his place among the greats. Though he had relationships with men, his life ended in a horrific tragedy. Murdered in 1968, Charles Laughton. Charles Laughton, a towering talent on both stage and screen, left an unforgettable mark with his powerful performances in The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Witness for the Prosecution. While he was a familiar face in Hollywood's gay social circles, he kept his personal life tightly guarded. Laughton's incredible career came to a quiet end when he passed away in 1962 at the age of 63 from natural causes. Noel Coward. Noel Coward embodied English sophistication, dazzling the world with his razor-sharp wit, effortless charm, and endless creativity. A true polymath, he conquered writing, acting, and composing. While his flamboyant style was unmistakable, he kept his personal life, including his sexuality, largely private. Coward passed away in 1973, at 73 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of brilliance. John Gielgud was a towering figure in 20th century theater, revered as one of the greatest Shakespearean actors of all time. His elegance and commanding stage presence made him a legend in both British theater and film. Though openly gay, he kept his personal life out of the spotlight until a shocking 1953 arrest thrust him into scandal, adding another layer to his fascinating legacy. He passed away in 2000 at the remarkable age of 96. Richard Haydn. Richard Haydn, the unforgettable character actor, made a lasting impression with his distinct nasal voice and delightfully pompous roles in classics like The Sound of Music and Harvey. While he never publicly discussed his sexuality, he was quietly connected to Hollywood's discreet gay community. Haydn passed away in 1985 at 79 after suffering a heart attack. Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero, the effortlessly suave actor, stole the spotlight as the iconic Joker in the 1960s Batman TV series. Though he charmed audiences as a dashing romantic lead, his personal life told a different story. He maintained deep ties to the LGBTQ+ community, but kept that side of his life private. Romero passed away in 1994 at 86 after a battle with cancer. Billy DeWolf. Billy DeWolf, a Broadway and TV standout, won audiences over with his razor-sharp humor and unmistakable campy charm. A fixture in the 1940s and 50s cinema, he frequently played flamboyant, scene-stealing characters that endeared him to fans. While he embraced a private yet open gay lifestyle, he kept much of his personal life out of the public eye. DeWolf passed away in 1974 at 66 from heart failure. Maurice Evans, a distinguished British actor, dazzled audiences with his commanding Shakespearean performances before becoming a familiar face on Bewitched. Respected on both sides of the Atlantic, he built a career defined by talent and versatility. Though he was deeply connected to the gay community, he kept his personal life private. Evans passed away in 1989 at 80 from heart failure. Michael Redgrave. Michael Redgrave was a towering force in post-war theater, delivering unforgettable performances in both gripping dramas and sharp comedies. As the patriarch of a renowned acting dynasty, his influence on British theater was undeniable. While he never publicly discussed his sexuality, many believe he was part of the LGBTQ+ community. Redgrave passed away in 1985 at 76, leaving behind a lasting theatrical legacy. Robert Helpmann. Robert Helpmann, a legendary dancer and choreographer, rose to fame with the prestigious Sadler's Wells Ballet before making his mark as director of the Australian Ballet. Though he was a known presence in the gay community, Helpmann passed away in 1986 at 77 after a battle with cancer. Hayden Rourke. Hayden Rourke became a household name as the ever-skeptical Dr. Alfred E. Bellows on the hit 1960s show I Dream of Jeannie. A familiar face on television throughout the 50s and 60s, he won audiences over with his impeccable comedic timing. Though a longtime member of the gay community, he kept his personal life private. Rourke passed away in 1987 at 76 after a battle with cancer. Henry Brandon was a master of villainous roles, most famously portraying the sinister Dr. Fu Manchu in Born in Germany in 1912. He moved to the U.S. as a child and built a career as a go-to character actor in thrillers and melodramas. While he never spoke openly about his sexuality, he was quietly connected to Hollywood's discreet gay community. A quiet presence in the gay community, George passed away in 2000 at 84 after battling cancer. Anthony George. Anthony George made a name for himself in television crime dramas, starring in hits like The Untouchables and Checkmate. However, personal struggles, including a nervous breakdown, took a toll on his career. Roy Stewart. Roy Stewart became a familiar face in 1960s television, best known for his role as Corporal Chuck Boyle on Gomer Pyle, USMC. A Bronx native, Stewart passed away in 2005 at 77. Van Johnson, one of MGM's brightest stars in the 1940s, winning over audiences with his all-American boy-next-door charm. A favorite of the Bobby Soxer era, his wholesome image made him a box office sensation, especially during World War II. Behind the scenes, his personal life was more complicated. He was part of the LGBTQ+ community, but kept it private. Dennis Price. Dennis Price, the distinguished British actor of Kind Hearts and Coronets and The Copper Beeches, was born into privilege but found his true passion on the stage and screen. He brought a unique depth to every performance. However, his personal life was far from glamorous. He battled alcoholism and inner struggles, including his sexuality. Price passed away in 1973. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr, best known as the legendary Perry Mason, became one of television's most enduring and beloved stars. While he kept his personal life private, speculation about his sexuality followed him throughout his career. Despite facing personal challenges, Burr won audiences over with his commanding portrayals of strong, dependable characters. He passed away in 1993 at 76 after a battle with cancer. John Dahl. John Dahl made a striking impression in Hollywood with standout performances in Rope and Gun Crazy, but his career never reached its full potential. Openly gay in an era when it was risky, his sexuality created tensions that may have limited his opportunities. Still, his work in film noir remains influential to this day. Passed away in 1971 at just 52 after a battle with cancer. Liberace, pianist and showman, redefined entertainment with his over-the-top costumes, glittering pianos, and theatrical performances. One of the most famous entertainers of his time, he was an open secret in Hollywood's gay circles but never publicly addressed his sexuality. He passed away in 1987 at 67 from pneumonia, but his legacy of extravagance and showmanship still shines brightly. Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift brought raw emotion and intensity to classics like A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity. He struggled with his sexuality in a time when it had to remain a secret. Dirk Bogarde, born in 1921, became a British film icon, known not just for his captivating performances, but also for his talent as a writer. From lighthearted comedies to gripping dramas like The Servant and Victim, he fearlessly tackled complex themes, including homosexuality, a subject he privately struggled with. His longtime partner was Tony Forwood. Bogarde passed away in 1999 at 78 after a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking performances and bold storytelling. John Fraser, born in 1931, built a distinguished career in British film and television, earning praise for his roles in The Admirable Crichton and The Crawling Eye. Equally talented on stage and screen, he received widespread acclaim for his refined performances. Fraser passed away in 2020 at 89 after a battle with cancer, leaving behind a lasting legacy in British cinema and theater. Denholm Elliott, born in 1922, became a beloved character actor, delivering unforgettable performances in classics like The Cruel Sea and Trading Places. His versatility shone on both stage and screen, earning him a BAFTA for A Private Function and widespread acclaim throughout his career. Elliott passed away in 1992 at 70 from AIDS-related complications, leaving behind an enduring cinematic legacy. Jonathan Frid, born in 1924, became a television legend with his chilling portrayal of the vampire Barnabas Collins on the cult classic Dark Shadows. His haunting performance turned the supernatural soap opera into a phenomenon. A devoted theater actor, he passed away in 2012 at 87 from natural causes, forever remembered for his iconic role and passion for the craft. Farley Granger, born in 1925, made a lasting impact in Hollywood with unforgettable performances in Alfred Hitchcock's Ropin' Strangers on a Train. A major star of the 1940s and 50s, he enjoyed a decades-long career in both film and television before gradually stepping out of the spotlight. Granger passed away in 2011 at 86 after a battle with cancer. Rock Hudson, born in 1925, reigned as one of Hollywood's ultimate heartthrobs in the 1950s and 60s, captivating audiences in classics like Giant and Pillow Talk. While his on-screen charisma made him a household name, he kept his sexuality hidden from the public for most of his life. In 1985, he shocked the world by becoming the first major celebrity to announce he had AIDS, bringing global awareness to the disease. He passed away later that year at 59 from AIDS-related complications. Paul Lynde, born in 1926, was a comedy legend, famous for his razor-sharp wit and impeccable timing. Whether playing the mischievous Uncle Arthur on Bewitched or delivering biting one-liners on Hollywood squares, despite his larger-than-life personality, his death in 1982 at 56 remains surrounded by speculation, though the official cause was a heart attack. Allen Ginsberg, born in 1926, was a leading voice of the Beat generation, shaking up the literary world with his groundbreaking poem Howl, delving into themes of freedom, sexuality, and rebellion. More than just a poet, he became a cultural icon of the 1960s, influencing generations of artists and activists. Ginsberg passed away in 1997 at 71 after a battle with cancer. James Mitchell, born in 1927, was a gifted actor and dancer, best known for his iconic role as Palmer Cortlandt on All My Children. His career began in the world of dance, performing under the legendary Agnes DeMille, before transitioning to television, where he became a fan favorite. Mitchell passed away in 2010 at 89 after battling cancer. Charles Gray, born in 1928, was a British actor with a deep, commanding voice, best known as Ernst Stavro Blofeld in Diamonds Are Forever, delivering unforgettable performances in both film and television. Gray passed away in 2000 at 71 after a battle with cancer, leaving behind a legacy of cinematic intrigue. George Grizzard, born in 1928, was a distinguished actor whose talent shone on both stage and screen. He won a Tony Award for a delicate balance and delivered powerful performances in classics like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and The Disenchanted. Equally skilled in drama and comedy, he captivated audiences for decades. Grizzard passed away in 2007 at 79 from complications related to lung cancer. Kerwin Matthews, born in 1929, became a beloved star of fantasy cinema, thrilling audiences in classics like The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, where he battled legendary creatures brought to life by Ray Harryhausen's groundbreaking effects. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, he found success in adventure films before retiring from acting in the 1970s. Nigel Hawthorne, Nigel Hawthorne, widely hailed as one of the finest actors of stage and screen, left an unforgettable mark both in the UK and beyond. Hawthorne passed away on December 26, 2001, at 72 after a battle with cancer. Alec McCow. Alec McCowan, a masterful actor, made his mark on stage with unforgettable performances, including his acclaimed one-man show St. Mark's Gospel. Renowned for his Shakespearean expertise and unwavering dedication to drama, he earned respect across Broadway and beyond. McCowan lived a long, distinguished life, passing away at 91 from natural causes on February 6, 2017.